Hi, hello, namaste, hearty, welcome to yet another interesting class. So, we are continuing our study on 48 laws of power, and students are seeing a different perspective altogether, especially people who are freshers. So, yeah, I mean, all these things, are part of your life, and before life teaches you these things, if you can learn it, that's always good. You know, so I call it, as hope. Hope. Hearing other people's experiences. Hearing other people's experiences. So when you are hearing other people's experiences, it makes you wise, it makes you cautious, it gives you information, it it sets an example. Well, we will come back. Okay, so I am just continuing our study on 48 laws of power, and there's nothing to feel bad about this. The Chanakya was a wonderful minister, so you got to be wise, like Birbal, Maryada Ramanna. There's so many people, Vikatakavi. So you got to have that wit and the wisdom, when you're dealing with some nasty people, some stupids, some deceivers. While everybody is created in the image of God, everybody does not carry the heart of God, okay, the purpose of God, or the characters of God. So even within us, we may have so much of evil, but it's important, that we deal with this 48 laws all 24 hours, a day. Every hour, probably 2 hours, we should try to review, what we are doing. Just take care of that every day. If you're working for like 24 days in a month, every day, two laws you must reflect. Like 6 days you shall labor and one day you shall rest, is what our Bible says. 6 fours are 24 days. So 24 into 2, 48 laws. So every working day, just give a read, of these two laws, so that you can be cautious, right? So just a quick recap. So first thing we said, never outshine the master, right? Now here I just made it a point. How do we apply it practically? Somebody pinged me, sir, it's very good, but how do I apply it practically? So for the benefit of those people, I just came up with this. Okay, how to apply this practically? Okay, I'm small. Okay, chalo. How to apply this practically? So when working with the boss, compliment their ideas, give them credit publicly, and frame your wins and contributions as supporting their vision. Okay, it's very important. You say that "Oh, I am naturally talented, boss doesn't know anything and all." You've seen Bahubali, right? Right. So somewhere in the heart, that feeling will come. So you have to be careful. Next, when pitching ideas, say things like building on what you said or following your lead. So especially, where there might be people, who are more experienced than you, more talented than you, or people who are seniors in the company, or seniors from other departments. So don't jump to say that, actually I feel, however I feel. No, say building on what you said, or following your lead, or following your inputs, following your example, and things like that. And then third one, when you are gaining influence, let others praise you. Avoid bragging, in front of those you report to. So if you are reporting to somebody, don't brag about yourself to them. I mean, use the timing and the situation. In what situation are you talking? How are you talking? So learn to give credit to your leaders and to your master. That's very, very important. And then last one, when dealing with ego triggers, even in family. Even in family, if your father is the head, if your husband is the head, in some families, wife is the neck. Head will turn, where the neck tells it to. Just kidding. So when dealing with ego triggers, In one of my classes, I think somewhere I did Samadana Veda Dandopai, okay, of Chanakya. So somebody who is getting flattered with words, right? Give him words, flatter him. Dana, somebody is flattering with gifts, give him gifts. Dana, Sama, Beda, Sama, Dana, Beda. Beda means, like separate your enemy from his strength. Separate your enemy from his strength. And then Danda means punishment. So, four solutions to a problem, four ways how you can solve. Talk, give gifts, separate their strength, and punish them. So, four things. Now, here, when dealing with ego triggers, some bosses love stars under them, others feel threatened. So, adapt your approach accordingly. See, in the little time, that I have 10-15 minutes, in that only, I'm trying to put all of this. So, I'm sure, you can build more on whatever, I've been telling in the class, right? So, anytime, you feel that, you've gone little more than, or you're going little more than your boss or your leader, until you become a boss or an independent leader, I think it is important that you follow these things. It will really help you a long way. Just take care of that. Next. Yeah, it is the rule number one only. I just highlighted, one in white, one in yellow, and all. So if you want to take any screenshot of anything, probably you can take that. This is rule number one, and this is how to apply it practically. Yeah. Now we come to rule number two. Two. This is also very interesting. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use your enemies. Never put too much trust in friends and then learn how to use your enemies. Very important. So this law is not about distrusting all friends. It's about avoiding blind trust. Trust also should be earned by actions and not emotional bonds. So be careful about that. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly out of emotion. But if you win over an enemy, their loyalty can be more solid and strategic. See, these are all the views of author. Okay, only few lines, I have taken it from there. Friends come with expectations. They often feel entitled to benefits or equality and may resent your success or feel overshadowed. But enemies, when converted, have more to prove. Their loyalty is not based on emotion but strategy. So, friends may feel that, okay, you are running a business. They may feel that, अरे अपने दोस्त का ही है कैफे शॉप जाएंगे In fact, they must have supported you with finance or bringing customers or branding your product or service. But when you're shining, that's when they want to associate with you, and say that, okay, I did this, he's my friend. You must have seen that. I've seen a lot. Now, Abraham Lincoln, he says, I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. Former employees can become powerful allies when integrated into your circle with dignity and shared purpose. See, in our faith also, Bible says that when a man's ways please God, he will make even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay, that is God making enemies to be at peace with you. But again, you should also have the wisdom that you know whom you are taking panga with, whom you're fighting with. Is it really worth it? No? Then put your ego aside and try to reconcile. See how you can reconcile. Because, friends, I mean, a lot in the corporate culture you must have seen, some secret, that you share with him or her in the lunch or in the chai break or in the puff break, and all that. This fellow, goes and tells the manager, and you will be wondering, Arey, how the manager came to know? And you must have told that only in the afternoon, just 1 hour before or something like that. And HR or manager, somehow, they want to get that information out. Then you get to know that, it was that idiot, who revealed that. So be very, very careful. Now we all know the story of Brutus and Caesar. Now Brutus was Caesar's trusted ally, dost and friend. But despite their closeness, Brutus joined the conspiracy and helped assassinate Caesar. That's why you have that famous statement, "You too, Brutus." You too, Brutus. Right? You can just ask ChatGPT or Google. You will get more information. It was friendship that made Caesar drop his guard. He was not careful, because he thought Brutus will take care of it. And Brutus was Caesar's such trusted friend. He ignored signs of Brutus growing discomfort with his power. So it affected him ultimately. So you have to be careful. Now, question arises, how do we apply this one practically? How do we apply this practically? तो यहाँ पे देखते हैं. When you are hiring, when you are hiring, just a second, let me come in the same place as I was before. Yeah, now the question arises, how to apply rule number 2 practically. Now, when hiring, don't hire friends unless they have proven themselves professionally. Use performance based decisions. I have made a lot of mistakes, when I started the company. So people were like, hey, Nanda is there, let's work with him. And some relative, some friends. Not all, but some were like that. Some were like that. So without seeing their performance, without seeing their past experience, I have given them jobs. Many have proved themselves competent, but some they couldn't. So take care of that. Next, conflict resolution. Reach out to critics or competitors with offers of collaboration. If they accept, they may become strong allies. That's why, in business, you have this model, franchisee. Franchisee. Rather than making somebody competitor, you want to come up with a franchise model and then make that person, your seller, your product seller. So that ways, nobody, wastes a lot of time on that. Next one, personal growth. Value honesty over flattery. Sometimes enemies give more honest feedback than friends. Friends may feel that, Array, this fellow, will get hurt, if I tell him the truth. Let me not hurt my friend. They may feel something like that. But enemies, they may give you the true feedback. Next, strategic diplomacy. Strategic diplomacy. Now, what is this strategic diplomacy? Use enemies to gain insight, build bridges, and divide opposition. Loyalty earned this way is stronger. Enemies, though they hurt you, they will give you your negatives very openly. Some of it, most of it might be true also, or some of it might be true also. But it's an opportunity for you to improve. So take care of that. I'm sure you can improvise a lot on this. Each of this law, you can talk like for 1 full hour also. But I have just taken like 5-10 minutes to reflect on these thoughts so that it'll be useful for you. So going forward in our sessions, we will have the law, and then we will also see how we can apply it practically. If you feel something else, please do let me know when you're going through this, and it gets to your mind. Please do let me know. I'll happy to amend for the next sessions or somewhere when I'm talking about this. Yeah, chaliye, let's get into the class.